We are going to look at a very simplified form of something called the Nebular Hypothesis, which explains and tries to answer the question, how did our solar system form? This is one of the most widely accepted predictions or hypotheses about how our solar system was formed. So 4.6 billion years ago, there were a bunch of clouds of gas and dust located throughout space. And one cloud in particular contained all of the materials that will become our solar system. Scientists have a prediction that this cloud got compressed and became a flat spinning disk like a frisbee. And the thing that caused it to be compressed is an explosion of a supernova where the shock wave turned this cloud of gas and dust into a flat spinning disk. Over time, the particles in that disk continued to spin faster and faster and faster. There was lots of gravity and pressure heading towards the inside of that spinning disk. As they started being squeezed together, you have a lot of gravity, a lot of pressure, and the temperature started to increase. And those particles started to fuse together in the middle of that disk and became our sun. That took up about 98% of all of the dust and gas from that beginning cloud. Next, the leftover material, about 2% of the material was left over, was able to make its way out away from the center, and it started to clump together into larger chunks. And those chunks came together, and more pieces came together, and more pieces came together, and those eventually became our planets and comets and dwarf planets and asteroids and the moons and all of the other items that are in our solar system. And finally, the inner planets, or the rocky planets, remained close to the sun because they were made of the larger atoms that were created in that sun. And so those were larger and heavier and could not be forced that far away from the sun. So the rocky planets stayed closer to the sun, whereas the gas giants and ice giants were able to be projected further out away from the sun. And therefore, the larger gas giants and ice giants are on the outer planets of our solar system.